Your dad. You can share Dad's name, it's entirely up to you. But all I write on my paper is Dad, and then a dash, and Juliet. Lewis. Is it Lewis or Louis? Is that one pronounced Louis? Lewis or Louis? 1 or 2? Lewis, gotcha. Alright, just give me a second. Thank you. Give me a second to connect in and see who would like to come through as well. What's the sneezing? Have you been sneezing a lot lately? It's like quick, sharp, unexpected sneezes. It's so random. Welcome in. Oh, allergies, gotcha. That just lets me know that I'm in your energy. And also, I don't think a lot of that is allergies. I think a lot of that is Dad coming through as well, and that's his way of like getting in to communicate with you or to let you know that he's around. How are you, Lauren? Like my nose started tickling. I'm like, what is this? Oh, he had bad allergies. Great, we're on the right track. What's the it's being very vague at the moment. Usually I get full visuals. At the moment it's not. It's imprints of things coming through very quickly. They show like very smiley, very positive, happy, cheery disposition, if that makes sense. And I don't know why there's a focus on hair, brown hair, like really dark brown hair. Almost black, but not black. Happy-go-lucky life party, probably. Life, yeah. Bit different privately, gotcha. Oh, he's presenting the cheery sort of side. Now my nose is running from the sniffles. He's serious when it comes to work, though. Why is that? Is that money driven? Is that responsibilities? And then I also get this pain in the neck. I don't know if this has anything to do with him. Sometimes that can indicate heart attack, stroke. This is left hand side. Also, there's also mention of a smaller dog that's overweight. Again, I can't see it and I'm asking for further details. I see this waddling and it feels like a smaller dog. Hardest and best birthday gift you've ever seen. Yeah, there's this seriousness about it. like this underlying drive. Do you understand, there's this sadness that comes through, and do you understand not being able to reach my full potential? Not being able to reach my full potential. Also mentions there were a lot of sacrifices in regards to quite possibly work and family. There's mention of wishing that would have been better, so this feels like an acknowledgement of time and relationships, bonding, being sacrificed. Oh, it froze. Could have been one of your dogs. We always had small dogs. Gotcha. It's like an overweight brown, red, tan, you know, that color, brown. He's acknowledging about sacrifices with work and relationships. So in regards to bonding and family time and things like that, there's he's acknowledging that he could have done better. The other one I mentioned, which is probably what you're talking about, something about not reaching my full potential. Wasn't the most affectionate, yeah. Hey Daisy. He was just not as driven to be a father figure. Gotcha. I don't know what lemons mean to you. Lemons specifically, because I get a really strong smell of lemon around me. So I don't know if this is childhood memories or what's coming up for you in regards to lemons. Very strong. Oh, I got you. It's just like boom in my face. I'm like, lemons? That's so clear. Like I'm like seeing it squeezed. I'm seeing the pulp. I'm seeing like everything about this lemon as well as the smell. I'm like, what about the lemon? Like he's just showing me like lemon. But I'm seeing it like a close-up where if you were to slice a lemon, I could see all the different little segments and stuff. That's so funny. I'm like, why did you show me so close up? He's like, well, I could have threw it at you. I'm like, what? What? Where does that come from? So whether that's a running joke or what that is, I don't know what it is. See, he's also like, see, I can be fun. Can you, do you, that was his drink of choice. Can you explain, or do you understand the neck issue, whether it be neck injuries? I don't know what this is. It keeps coming up. Something to do with the back of the neck here. Whether he suffered pain, stroke, could be a whole host of things. when I'm going quiet, I'm asking him for specifics. I want the evidence to come through. I keep asking him about how he passed, and he's reluctant to say. I'm curious to know if you've had, if you've noticed pressure in your left ear. It's like I'm pausing because I was like, how am I going to word this? If you've noted or thought you've had issues with your left ear, was the other way that I wanted to phrase that. Because I've just asked him, like, what other ways are you around Juliet? And then he shows me this pressure in the left ear. But see, the thing is with those sorts of things, if your attention is not there, it's easy to miss. Oh, you hurt your neck yesterday, gotcha. Itching, yes, but you've got that. Okay, good, glad it makes sense. So when you feel that, just make sure, like, it's best to know your body. Like when you wake up, it's best to know what you've got going on and what you haven't got going on. And if that randomly pops up, make conversation with him. Where does the adoption come up? There's mention of adoption. That's okay, just write it down somewhere. It'll make sense when it makes sense. And then he's bringing through like memories of, I feel like shows, or I want to say Maydays. Maydays is what I grew up with in small country towns. So these little fairs. It's like little fairs where there's like, I can see a Ferris wheel and maybe a slide. There's smaller sort of exhilarating rides because it's a smaller venue. What are they? What memories are they? Are they yours? Are they his? Sack races, like potato sack races. Carnivals and fairs would be normal, yeah. I love that. So he's bringing that through. Beautiful. I still keep asking him how he passed because sometimes I'm nosy. But when I do, he doesn't tell me anything direct, but he shows me head pressure. I don't know how else to explain it other than I have pressure in my head. So I don't know if this is swelling, head injury, head trauma. I asked if he could validate something you've done recently. And he makes me feel like I went out to dinner. And I'm trying to be nosy and see what's on the plate, and I can't. Definitely a salad there. Do you have questions for him? Also non-verbal the last 2 days. Oh, you guys do go out for dinner often. Definitely more than he did. Yeah. Other head stuff you don't understand? And non-verbal the last 2 days. Does he regret any of the way he handled things at the end, or the mess he left me? Those are great questions. That's why I think he mentioned early on about, you know, not fulfilling his full potential, and then acknowledging certain things as well. So I don't like to answer those questions with just a yes or no, so just give me a minute, because I want it backed up for you guys. So do you regret any of the way that you handled things? So he says yes, but also there's this feeling of being too proud to admit it. And when I get all this sadness and all these heavier emotions that come through. He wasn't much of a talker, was he, when it came to like deeper conversations and things like that? Like the two sides that you mentioned, outside of home, happy, charismatic, cheery, all of the things. But when it came to those deeper conversations, locked up. He also mentions there was no recognition of like, good job, great job, you did well today. This is very emotional. And then the second part of your question, hang on. He didn't open up. I was the only one bold enough to go there and probe. Probably annoyed him, as always. And that's where the sadness comes in, like, because I feel all the sadness of him, of not being able to do those things. Like, but what that shows me is that there's awareness there. There is, like, I recognize I did those things, and this is how I feel. So that's how I translate it. But also, you know, it doesn't help for closure for you guys when you're sitting here on the other end going, well, why couldn't you just show me that? Show me a little piece of that. Show me more of that. I think he wasn't showing love, and I don't think he was capable of demonstrating love. Yeah, absolutely. Just give me a second. I'm going to remove this person, because if they're here to bless somebody, they would bless without expectation of anything. going back to the other half of your question. I'm being too proud to admit that he was wrong. Yeah. All the mess he left you. What's the question? Do you regret? I feel like regret is a strong word. It's a strong emotion here held for us. Because in my experience with doing the mediumships, it's like they always acknowledge, not always, they acknowledge the parts that they did well and the parts that they didn't. But when it comes to those sorts of emotions like regret, they don't show that. They just acknowledge that, yeah, they could have done better, and here's why. Do you understand? I feel like I'm picking up bottles of alcohol in places as I'm cleaning through things. Looking at folders. I heard, yeah, big job for one person. Did that mean you took all of that responsibility? He put it all on you. Not an alcoholic at all, just deciding him. So you enjoy cocktails, gotcha. Yeah. There's mention of 2 other siblings. Does that make sense? 1 female, 1 male. And thought your siblings wouldn't act the way they did, but they're absent like I told him. I kind of feel like they're more like him than they realise. That's not a bad thing, but when they recognise it, you know, it allows for a lot of healing for them. There's like distance being mentioned, but also being closed off in the heart space too. So unfortunately he doesn't want to mention the mess he left behind. So that still leaves you without closure, if that makes sense. Because it'd be nice to have an answer with something like that. It's like that avoidance again. Oh, and then he's talking to me like, what would I say? I'm like, I don't know, you have your opportunity right now. He just slammed his hand on the bench. Did you get that often? Like if he wanted to be dismissive and he sort of slams his hand on the bench. It's like this energy of like, I wasn't good enough. Clunk. Did you have to deal with yelling? Okay. So he's displaying those sorts of behaviors. Probably doesn't see it as a mess either. Just your responsibility to carry out. Short fuse, yeah. Because he was like, yeah. He was kind of yelling at me when it was like, what would I say? I was kind of doing these ones. Did he actually pass? Because I've asked heaps of times in many different ways and he's still, there's a refusal there. He had cancer, but he was so focused on that he neglected the congestive heart failure. Ah, yeah. Heart gave out, yeah. I don't know if this is true, but what I heard was, because I was asking him, like, what other ways are you around? How much more are you around Juliet? And he kind of said, I'd like to be around more, but I'm not welcome. Do you understand what that means? It gives this energy of, like, pushing away for now. And maybe I've misinterpreted. Maybe it's him not ready to come around. He's still there, but he's just standoffish. Yeah. And that's the kind of sensation I get. And that's okay, because you know, you're dealing with whatever's there. And again, he didn't tell me passing, he didn't give me an estimate of his age, he chose not to show me the details about his features, and so he was very sort of tentative and standoffish kind of from the get-go. But that's okay, because sometimes they don't know how they're going to be received or perceived. Just know though that when you're ready, it's just there. Just give yourself permission. Well, that's all I have for you, Juliet. I'm sorry there's no closure for, you know, around the mess that was left behind and things like that. Thank you, Krista. It's just too much to handle right now. Yeah. In your own time. Always in your own time. Just going to get rid of this person. You're welcome, lovely. Now I do, I can, if you want it, I can put it onto YouTube on my channel. If not, that's okay too. It's entirely up to you. Krista, what are these? Is this some sort of new privilege? No worries, Juliet. Thank you so much for letting me read for you, lovely. Hey, Bettina. Alright, let me just make a note of it. So give it a couple of days. Over the next 2 days I'll have it up for you if you want to go and reflect back on it. You to play with. No worries at all, Juliet. I'm good, thank you, Bettina. What about yourself? Funky little buttons for you. You to play with. I love that. How do you access that? I never know how people have access to that. Kami-san. Yeah, all the bookings are through my website, love. So there's PayPal options on the website too. It just keeps it legitimate if it's sent through the website. What is going on? Laptop, wake up.